It all started for me in early 2012. I picked up this Home Depot Joey Logano NASCAR Authentics. I had never seen these before, and they caught my interest. A small, reasonably priced NASCAR diecast at major retail stores piqued my interest, so I picked it up and I began collecting the Spin Master NASCAR Authentics. Now, there was hardly any information out there at this time that this car was out. And when I found these cars, the Jimmie Johnson and Carl Edwards cars in the summer of 2012, I decided, hey, you know what? No one's making videos about this. I'll give it a shot. And that's where we started. And this is where we end it. The Spin Master NASCAR Authentics line, the send-off to Spin Master, ends here. Now, the NASCAR Authentics reviews are certainly not done because of the Lionel line, and there's still some Spin Master stuff I have left to review, but this you're looking at is what I would imagine is the last wave, the lost wave, technically, because we didn't know it was coming, of NASCAR Authentics. It's a bittersweet moment for a lot of reasons, and before you jump on me in the comments, yes, I am aware that there are 6 of 7 cars here, and I'm going to get to that, but it is a bittersweet moment as we see the end of the Spin Master NASCAR Authentics, and this wave, more than a lot of the others this year, shows off the promise that Spin Master brought to the NASCAR diecast industry. We've got some interesting cars here, and we've got some cars that weren't produced by Lionel. Now, Lionel has obviously taken up a pretty good initiative by producing cars that either were canceled or we didn't think we were getting in the new NASCAR Authentics line. But again, wasn't it nice when we had some competition? But we'll get to that. We'll get all to that politics stuff later on. Let's talk about this wave. Right off the bat, you guys do know that there are 7 cars and there's one missing, and I will explain to you why that car is missing. Now, we've known that the Drive to End Hunger car has been the source of a ton of problems, and it was potentially the car that killed Spin Master's line. And this car was included in this wave. It's a brand new car, technically the 7th car on the wave, but this car is not shipping with every single Wave 5 wave. To the stores. When I found this wave, I found the 7th car was not the Drive to End Hunger car. It was Richard Childress's number 3 car, the NASCAR Classics. So apparently, Spin Master either didn't produce enough Drive to End Hunger cars, or something's up with the production of that car again, and they're shipping NASCAR Classics with the 5th wave, the lost wave, whatever you want to call it. So I made this decision, rather than wait and get yelled at in the comments about where's the Wave 5 review, I just decided I'd put this up with the 6 cars that I've found, get it up, get it timely, all that good stuff, and then if I find the Drive to End Hunger car later on down the line, I'll do a special 1-car review of that, and then that'll just alleviate a lot of that problem. So, if you are excited for this review, please hit the like button. I have a goal of 300 likes. And let's get to that goal really fast, guys. This is the last wave of Spin Masters. Let's send this video and Spin Master off with a bang. So every time you like or share the video, it helps the video out and me out immensely. Because when you like it, it shows off not only to other people that you like the video, but it shows that the review is quality. So let's get to it. The final wave of NASCAR Authentics. This is David Land on YouTube. So the first car from the final wave of NASCAR Authentics we're going to take a look at is the Great Racers segment Kelley Blue Book Dale Earnhardt Jr. from 2015. You can tell because it has the Nationwide logo on the quarter panel. Great Racer segment, as usual. We get the orange there. Not sure about this choice. Did you guys really like this scheme? Was it a good choice by Spin Master? Let me know in the comments. Let's get it out. Oh yeah, and they got Hendrick Motorsports right. They didn't call this a Junior Motorsports car. Let's go. Wave 5, last wave, lost wave part 2, whatever you want to call it. The Spin Master send-off is off. And let's go in for a close-up. So here we go, the updated Kelley Blue Book scheme. Not sure if this is changing for 2016. I have not seen any photos of it, so it could be the same, it could be different. Probably won't have Diet Mountain Dew there on the side because the Hendrick cars are just going to regular Mountain Dew. I guess they're off their diet, I don't know. Let's see. I don't have a whole lot to say about this scheme. It's not, you know, that it's a bad scheme. It's just a scheme that's fairly plain. It's just, you know, blue and white with some gold trim. But I'm sure the Dale Jr. fans are really excited about it. Let's take a look at the box real fast. A closer look at the box. Oh man, I am going to miss these collector boxes so much. They're such a nice pack-in. I don't know. I know most people prefer the hoods and the magnets and all that stuff. I don't. I like the collector boxes. We did actually. I'll show you a close up, and we'll take a closer look at this car before I do this. Yeah. Okay. That gold. That's a kind of interesting pattern there. I thought it was just plain gold, but it looks like it's kind of like, you know, it looks like real gold. It's not just a gold color. Does anyone actually, I mean, I'm sure people use the Kelley Blue Book. I think I did when I was trying to buy my first car. You know, you got to look at the Blue Book price. Look at these nationwide logos. That's not right, is it? That's like slanted as all get out. That was the one problem. I always complained about Spin Master, and they never fixed it. Oh well, they're out the door now, so it doesn't really matter. Kelley Blue Book Official Guide. And there's the window dressing that a lot of people didn't like. Nationwide is on your side. It's not on the side, well it is on the side of this car, but it's on the deck lid as well. We did get this car last year, or 2 years ago, depending on what you consider last year. I believe this was a race winner's segment car, and you can tell, wow, and I didn't notice this, essentially it's a reverse paint scheme. You've got essentially the same paint scheme, it's just they swapped the blue for the white. So there you go. Yeah, that's fairly interesting. That's something that I didn't kind of realize until just now looking at it. That's why we do these reviews, folks, because otherwise David just kind of doesn't notice subtle things, or painfully obvious things, as that is. So the Kelley Blue Book car, not the most exciting choice in the world. Certainly not the one that folks are going to be talking about from this wave. But is this one that you're looking to pick up? Let me know in the comments. And let's move on to the next car on the wave, and one that some people already have. Well, maybe I spoke too soon. Nobody has this particular car yet, well, except for the people who have already bought Wave 5. But the point is that we got this car, I think, at the very beginning of 2015 in the Hendrick Motorsports 5-pack, but I don't believe it was this exact scheme. You've got the Time Warner cable car. I believe this is the 2015 version. We got the 2014 version in the Hendrick Motorsports 5-pack, which I did not review, but others have on YouTube, most notably Racing Nation TV, so go check him out and watch that review if you want to see the whole pack reviewed. I didn't buy that pack because it was essentially buying two cars for $20, and frankly, if I wanted to do that, I'd buy some Lionels. And like Lionels off the... See, now this is all confusing because I can't just say, well, I go buy Lionels. They'd be like, well, aren't you kids go get Lionels at Walmart? Yeah, well, whatever. Yeah, so the Time Warner cable car, interesting scheme. Let's take a look at it. Did I mention it was in the Great Racer segment? I may have been ranting about something else. Kasey Kahne, David Land versus Kasey Kane and all that fun stuff. NASCAR 15 is returning, by the way. So if you're yelling about it in the comments, it just makes me want to not do it and put it off longer so that, you know, it's even longer until you get to see me and Kasey Kane war again. Okay, so the paint scheme. Fairly standard car. I would say it kind of looks like a test car, even though it's not got the matte finish. I do like kind of how those arrows go across the car. Interesting look to it. I definitely also like the blue. I've liked the blue on the Kasey Kane cars a lot recently. And completely an unrelated note, Time Warner Cable, isn't that like one of the most hated companies in the entire world? It's like second to like EA, isn't it? Because everybody hates the cable company, right? That's why everybody's cutting their cords and ESPN's cutting jobs and all this fun stuff. You guys don't want to hear about this. It sounds like a political discussion. Not a discussion of this Kasey Kane car. And there is some stuff to discuss about it. You might, if you're an eagle-eyed viewer, have already seen it. There's not really any car to compare it to. Like I said, I don't have the 2014 Time Warner cable car, so I won't be able to show you a car against it. But here's the box. Again, my goodness, I'm going to miss these. I love you. I love you. All right. Let's take a close look at the Time Warner cable car. And if you haven't noticed the problem yet, I'm about to point it out. As this is the last wave of Spin Masters, it's only fitting that we go back to the future. 2013 called, they want their window banners back. Not sure why they went with the unitalicized font. At least they got the Chevy logos on there. The early Gen 6 Spin Masters didn't even have those. But, yeah, another weird error, I guess you could call it. This is the kind of thing that is just so typical of Spin Masters NASCAR Authentics. It's just weird little things like that will slip through the cracks, and you'll see them from time to time where they'll just like go back and have some weird thing from way back in the day. So that's the Time Warner cable car. An interesting error. Are you looking to pick this one up? How many people are actually fans of Time Warner cable? Let me know, and we'll go on to the next car in the wave. Here's a car that Spin Master promised on their now deleted Facebook page and actually followed through with. This is the Chase for the Sprint Cup segment Kevin Harvick Championship car. Wow. What a surprise. A great addition, though. A lot of Kevin Harvick fans are going to be looking for this one, and I hope you find it, Kevin Harvick fans, particularly my friend Buddy, whom I will be really searching for another, hopefully, hit of Wave 5 just to find him one of these. But yeah, Kevin Harvick, champion, 2014 champion. It's really cool to get this one. And look what we've got here, a yellow splitter. What on a Spin Master? What sorcery is this? It's almost like they are paying attention. All right, let's open this thing up. Oh, and of course I ripped the box open on this one like the worst. Oops. Let's take a look at your now not-so-champion, Kevin Harvick. Wow. Isn't this one cool? I'm not entirely sure. We're going to have to take a really close look at it. But I don't think he ran the Jimmie John's car in the Homestead race. I think it was a Budweiser car, as I just totally not even get the car in the frame there. But yeah, so I don't know if this is technically a fantasy car or what have you. The good thing about this car is the fact that you have a championship car, if you're a Kevin Harvick fan, that doesn't have some stupid Sprint Cup Series champion thing on the top of it. So while it may be technically inaccurate to the car that won the championship at Homestead, it is a championship car that doesn't have that weird, like, oh look, we've got the Sprint Cup logo on the top of the car, because that looks good, because that doesn't ruin the look of the car at all or make it completely look inaccurate. So now, Kevin Harvick fans, tell me which rounds of the chase in 14 that Harvick actually ran the Jimmie John's car, so we can try to determine if this car is actually accurate to a specific race or what. We're going to take a real close look at the Chase logo to determine that. Now, this is something I want to address. Who on earth gave Kevin Harvick a freaking clown car? What? I mean, look at this thing. And I'm seriously not joking. Look at this. Look at this render. And look at this render. Look at this render. And look at this render. Render. He's got a clown car! What? 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 I love the collector boxes, but my good, this is going right in the center. This is going right in the center of that display back there, because this is a gem. It's a gem. It's a gem, I tells ya. All right, let's stop clowning around and look at this car. Let's look at the details. All right. So this is one of a Spin Master car. We're actually gonna have to take a really good look at detail oriented on this one. So we've got the yellow splitter, something that people have complained so much about. It's not yellow on the bottom, but who really cares? I mean, how many times do you have a car upside down that you're looking at? But yeah, a yellow splitter. So y'all can stop complaining about that now, especially now that Spin Master's not even producing these anymore. Let's see if we can really zoom in on this here. It says chase for the Sprint Cup, but it's hard for me to tell what that says. So somebody in the comments tell me what that says. Let's go up on the roof thing here. We do have some race winners stickers. We've got 2 of them. Then we've got the Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram logos for Harvick. By the way, follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Shameless plug. Nothing really else on the side here. So you head over to the back of the car. Not a whole lot there. And we'll go over here. You got a little arrow there. I don't think I've seen that on many other Spin Masters, or maybe I just haven't been looking for it. That's pretty cool detailing there. Let's see if we can't get a little closer. It just says chase for the Sprint Cup 2014. So I guess this is supposed to be like the, I don't know, a presentation car or something. I have no idea. No race winner stickers on this side either, which is interesting. There you go, the yellow number. Pretty cool. A pretty good release. I kind of wish I'd saved this for later in the video, but oh well. We have gotten 2 other chase cars before this one. We got Jeff Gordon in his Dover win, and we got Joey Logano in his... did we ever figure out exactly what round this car is from? Was it like Eliminator 8 or something? As I zoom in and give everybody motion sickness. But yeah, here are our 3... Wait, hold on a second. I almost forgot this. Somebody pointed this out, Jay Logano 22, because he's, you know, he points everything out about Spin Masters. Yep, no yellow windshield banner. If it would focus. Now it's focused. Yeah, no yellow windshield banner. So we've got some mismatch. Great job, Spin Master. You got the, I guess they had a yellow quota on there, and they said, all right, look, we can make the yellow windshield banner yellow, or we can make the splitter yellow. We have to pick one of the 2. And so since I hear people complaining about the splitter so much, they went with that yellow. Whatever. Who knows what's going on with Spin Master anymore, and frankly, it doesn't matter. So let's move on to the next car in the wave. So the final car from the race winners segment for Spin Master NASCAR Authentics is the 2014 AAA 500. AAA 500 is your bad, your Castaneves. I didn't even think to do this. A bad voice with whatever. Jimmie Johnson, AAA. Whatever. But yeah. This is the red vest car, Lowe's. I'm going to definitely ask the question, was it this bright in real life? Very, very bright car. But yeah, our final race winners segment car from Spin Master from 2014. You got Jimmie there in his cowboy hat with the 6 shooters and Texas Motor Speedway. So let's take a look at this car out of its box. And yes, they got it right. He's on Hendrick Motorsports, not Junior Motorsports. That's the car later on in the wave. All right, ooh. And the red vest car is out of its box, and let's take a look at it. It's always a bit of a culture shock to see a Jimmie Johnson car that's not blue. So red, interesting choice. I do know why they're red, of course, because like the red vest is like something that the really good Lowe's employees, like the employee of the month at Lowe's gets to wear or something like that. So they're like representing, they're like, hey, look, our employees are cool, so let's paint the car red, and then say, hey, yeah, we like our employees. Thanks for, you know, doing all the dirty work for us while we get to go use all that money and sponsor race cars. You know, that's how the world works, kids. A question, I know there's some people were complaining about this or something, like a Lowe's logo being blue on the outside or something. That was something, maybe that was a complaint for the white Jimmie Johnson car from a couple of years ago. Yeah, now I'm starting to think, because I think there was some controversy about that blue Lowe's logo on the front. Now I'm starting to think it was because people were like, well, why didn't you just paint the Lowe's logo red? It would look better. But whatever, let's take a look at the collector box. This time, as I showed you in the first video, or the video before this, yeah, it's got a correct size car on it, so we don't have to worry about clown car Jimmie Johnson. But yeah, pretty collector box. Definitely gives you that candy apple red. In fact, I wouldn't even call this candy apple red. I don't know what kind of red this is. It's almost red orange. I mean, it almost looks like a Home Depot car in some ways because it's just so bright. And And I just don't know. Was it this bright in real life? I seem to remember like the Lowe's red car has always kind of been like a deeper red. But I mean, I don't know. I don't think I watched the 2014 Texas race. You know, it's like I probably had better things to do. So if anybody didn't have anything better to do and watched the 14 Texas race, please let me know what color this car was. Was it this bright? Regardless, as a diecast, I think it looks really good. I'm a big fan of this this paint scheme. I like the fact that it's red, and I like the fact that it's not just a boring, monotonous Jimmie Johnson car that we seem to always get. It's cool to get a change of pace. I think it looks really good. I think it looks really good. It kind of looks like an Indiana University car from some angles, or maybe Alabama or something like that. One of a red and white school. You pick your red and white school and say, well, that's my school. But yeah, cool car. And let's move on to the last two cars in the wave, which everybody seemed to be excited about. Undeterred from the last Austin Dillon car that seemed to peg warm. In fact, it's still peg warming in some areas of the country. Spin Master put an Austin Dillon car in this wave, and I will have to say it's a way, way better choice than their Dow car that they decided to take put in like every wave, and then it peg warmed really bad. The Tracker Boats Bass Pro Shops number 3 Austin Dillon Future Stars segment. A really good looking car. A lot of people were very, very excited about that. Couldn't have anything to do with the camo, could it? But yeah, this isn't the first time we've gotten a camo car. I've got another one to show off to you, and actually will look pretty good in a set. Though I do have a question of when this car actually raced. I want to say it was like a Talladega race, but might not be. I mean, my memory might be a little bit foggy on that one. So let's take a look at Austin Dillon's Tracker Boats, Bass Pro Shops, numero 3. And let's get to it. So here it is, the Tracker Boats, Camo, Bass Pro Shops, Dow Chemicals, all that car racing something. Good looking car. Good choice by Spin Master. I know they get some hate for the Austin Dillon stuff that they've produced that's kind of peg warmed a bit. I don't think that has anything to do with the fact that Spin Master, you know, the choices that Spin Master makes. It's just that, you know, for whatever reason, Austin Dillon cars don't sell quite as well. Perhaps it's the fact that he's running the 3. Perhaps it's another, you know, reason. Who knows? But yeah, I think this is a pretty good looking car. A lot of people are very excited about this. You know, judging by the amount of camo I see when I walk into Walmart, people like camo. People like to wear camo, even though, you know, they're out in the middle of a brightly lit Walmart store, and, you know, you say, well, why are you wearing camo? You know, I can see it just plain, but, you know, out in the woods, man, camo is a very good thing to wear, especially if you're hunting or, you know, fishing or something where you don't want the little critters to see you walking around in your, well, maybe your Bass Pro Shops orangey gear. But yeah, this definitely gives you the impression of a guy out there hunting. So if you're a hunting fan or you like the outdoors, this is probably a car you're going to want to pick up regardless of how you feel about Austin Dillon, because, you know, you can play with your diecast while you're hunting, I guess. But yeah, really cool. Really cool. Again, this is a very reminiscent car of a car I'm going to show you in just a second. BassPro.com, Tracker Boats. I do really, really like the camo across here. With the orange, it actually really works pretty well. It works a lot better than it probably should, given the color scheme. But yeah, I think it works really good on the car. It's too bad that this car doesn't run up front a little bit more. Tracker Boats, I remember. Actually, you know what this reminds me of? It reminds me of a Martin Truex scheme. Actually, a lot now that I think about it. I hadn't even kind of made that connection until I saw Tracker Boats on there. They used to be a big time sponsor of Martin Truex when he was at DEI. So what was the car you guys were thinking I was reminded of? Well, it was this one, this Tony Stewart number 14, also a Bass Pro Shops car. I think this was in Wave 1 of 2014. But yeah, this is the car I was kind of reminded of. It's kind of a reverse, more orange and less camo, and on the 3 car it's less orange and more camo. But same basic principle, 2 separate teams. It's interesting to see that Bass Pro Shops is kind of spreading the love out across a couple teams in NASCAR. So, I mean, make of that what you will. I don't know if I think Bass Pro is still going to be on with Stuart Haas, or still on with with Childress, so, you know, whatever. It's their money. They can, you know, instead of, you know, sponsoring a car for the whole year, they decided to go with, you know, 2 partial schedules. Whatever. It's their money. But an interesting car, a really good release. I would definitely give this one a thumbs up. So if you want to check this car out, if you're buying this car, if you want to track it down, let me know in the comments. I love to see which cars are the most popular and generating the most excitement. But I don't think any other car is going to generate more excitement than the car I'm about to show you, because frankly we haven't been able to buy it before. There was a lot of anger last year with the amount of Regan Smith cars that were getting canceled from Lionel. Well, Spin Master heard those complaints and stepped in. For the final car we're reviewing in this last wave video, this is one of the best releases Spin Master, in my opinion, has ever made. They've gotten a small driver in the NASCAR Xfinity Series made with a sponsor we have not seen, and a car that Lionel was unable to get produced. The Suave for Men Regan Smith number 7 from the NASCAR Xfinity Series. When I saw that they had produced this car, my jaw dropped. I could not believe they got this car made. I mean, it's so excellent. And I know there's a lot of Regan Smith fans out there. I know there's a lot of Junior Motorsports fans out there that will probably be ecstatic that this car got made. And it's a really pretty one. Reminds me of a scheme that Dario Franchitti used to run when he raced for Target in IndyCar. So that's always a good thing. So let's take it out of its box. The final car from the final wave, Drive Dan Unger car notwithstanding. It's awesome. I love it when diecast companies do this. I've mentioned the small teams. This isn't necessarily a small team, it's a small driver, but it's great to get. Let's take a look at it. Well, when Spin Master created this Camaro mold, they definitely, I would say, got the most out of it that they possibly could. 3 die-casts released, and this being the last one. Also, Chase Elliott and Dale Jr. They got all 3 of the Junior Motorsports cars done and out of the way. So we have all 3 of those from the Spin Master NASCAR Authentics to go along with the 2 Mustangs we got, the Trevor Bayne and Joey Logano, and the Impala, which I still haven't tracked down, but I intend to, that Danica Patrick ran in 2012. So a lot of variety, actually. Pretty interesting to see how much variety that Spin Master gave us from the Xfinity/nationwide ranks throughout the years. And this was something that people were asking for. It's kind of sad because I wonder, had Spin Master kept the license long enough, if they would have gotten to trucks. We'll never know, unfortunately. Maybe we can hold out some hope that Lionel will do trucks. I wouldn't hold my breath. It's just not something that I think they're interested in doing. And especially when there was a competitor, aka Spin Master. I mean, this is why this car is made, because they said, look, what can we make that'll sell that Lionel, our competitor, doesn't make? And they said, well, they're canceling a whole lot of Regan Smith cars. Let's find a way to make a Regan Smith car. So, you know, if they had just determined that there had been enough demand for trucks, they probably would have done it, which is kind of, you know, kind of unfortunate. It's kind of one of those things you look at and say, man, I kind of wish Spin Master had stuck around, because there's some stuff that they could have done that would have added a ton to the NASCAR diecast industry that, frankly, is missing right now. And it's stuff like this. I mean, just look at this thing. You know, I know a lot of people complain about the mold. And beggars can't be choosers when you're getting a car that you just don't get anywhere else. And I'm going to defend this car a lot, because it's just, I mean, this is the kind of stuff I absolutely love to see made. And again, I mean, if they can continue, if Lionel decides that they want to continue on the trend that Spin Master kind of set, and getting us stuff that we don't get anywhere else, I mean, this is what the retail line, this is when the retail line works the best. When you can get us these small teams. And believe me, it helps the sponsors too. You don't think a sponsor likes it from a small team or an underfunded team, or, you know, a small driver, when their sponsor gets a diecast made? Because, I mean, anytime you go into a Walmart and then I make a video about it, you see Suave for Men. I mean, look, I mean, it's great. It's great for the sport. to get small teams, small drivers, all that fun stuff. And I know I keep calling Junior Motorsports a small team, but you know, again, I mean, they had a hard time getting diecast produced, and it's based on pre-orders, so you would assume a driver who's popular or a sponsor or a team that's popular would always get diecast made. You know, just my thoughts. I mean, just look at this car. I mean, it's hard to comment on it too much because it's just great. It's just great. So let's take a look at all the nationwide / Xfinity cars we've gotten. Starting going back down the line here, this was Wave 4's Tax Slayer 88, Junior Motorsports, Dale Jr. Then we had the Napa Auto Parts number 9 for Chase Elliott. Then in 2014, we had the number 6 Trevor Bayne, the Mustang. And the very first, well, not the very first, but the first one I reviewed was the 22 Discount Tire Mustang from Joey Logano. Now, something interesting to note, the 9 and the 7 have these Chevy logos on the windshield banner. None of them have the name on the back. I'm technically happy about that because, frankly, I think it looks silly to have the name on the rear window. But it's interesting. I forgot to point this out in the last review, but Dale Jr.'s banner, if it would focus, is actually correct. Of course, he doesn't have the back window correct, but it's correct. I don't understand how that works. But anyway, the number 7 Regan Smith car. Just a great example of the stuff that Spin Master did right. And that's kind of why I wanted to end it on this car, because, I mean, it's just the epitome of why I loved collecting the NASCAR Authentics from Spin Master. And again, I hope Lionel can continue this trend. So let's go in for some final thoughts on Wave 5. So that's it. That's all she wrote. That's the end of Spin Master NASCAR Authentics line. Now, it's not the end of it on my channel. I'll still do stuff. I've still got some stuff to do here. Most notably, of course, when I ever find the Drive Den Hunger car, there will be a review of that. Plus the memorable moments that kind of just turned up and my friend Buddy helped me get. So that, I mean, and probably some classic stuff. I mean, if I ever get the Kurt Busch shell, I will definitely do a review of that car. I mean, but yeah, it's amazing when this whole thing started, and it's kind of bringing this back from the beginning of the video. To see how much the channel has grown since 2012 when I started doing this, the friendships I've made, the fans I've gained, the sense of importance. I mean, it's just so great that all of these little cars have brought me, all the great things into my life that these little cars have brought me. It's incredible, and I'd like to thank you guys for your continued viewership on my channel. We're not stopping this train anytime soon, and it's thanks to you guys for recognizing these videos, recognizing how much I want to put into them, how much passion I put into them, and how much time and effort and quality and searching for these cars. Just thank you so much, guys. I appreciate it so much. So that's Spin Master NASCAR Authentics. That's it. It's crazy to see it end. It was such a wild ride. And we'll continue to cover the Spin Master NASCAR Authentics. If anything else ever surfaces or comes up, we'll definitely be there. And of course, the Lionel Authentics. I'm definitely making this as a mark on my channel. We're doing some bigger and better things. I've got some huge plans coming. I think this channel is just going to grow, and I'm so happy you guys are here along for the ride. Just thank you again. So until next time, guys, we'll see ya.